Why does this world have to be about whether you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Green Party, or Constitution Party? Why do we need a government to control everything? To control our lives? Why can't people just be people? Why can't people just live their lives? Why can't we all just get along? America used to mean something, and it used to mean something to me. A place I could call home. It had values and morals. I allowed the new American culture to get a hold of me in the past. I allowed sin in my heart. Because of the violent media and the sex-crazy people, I used to respect women. I used to follow all the rules and all the laws. I used to listen to my parents and do my best in school. I was born with a health condition and learning disabilities. I didn't really understand politics until I was around 14. I used to get punished a lot for things I didn't understand. It's kind of hard to believe in good and evil when there is so much evil going on in this world. I will admit, I've been dragged into it. I've done my share of bad things. But when it comes down to it, aren't we all human? Don't we all make mistakes? I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe He saved me from my sins. But in this moment, that is the only thing that makes any sense to me anymore. I feel like this world is a sham. People just walking around, waiting for the government to pop them in the head for doing bad things. Doesn't it say in the Bible, all men have fell short of the glory of God, and that the only way to heaven is through the Father, God? Why does the government have to choose our fate? Isn't that God's job? Why do people judge one another despite their own evil deeds? You saw me steal that piece of fruit, but guess what? God saw you commit adultery against your wife. Why does men get the right to judge other men when all mankind have sinned? It doesn't make any sense, right? I believe in justice, but not the way the government sees it, because the government is not forgiving. You screw up once, and your whole life could be ruined. The government then marks you as a thief, a murderer, a mutiny of your own kind, a rapist. Since when has men forgotten about God's love and forgiveness? This country used to be just and kind and moral. What happened to people believing in second chances and allowing someone to get their life right with God? This country is no longer fair, and our justice system has gone down the toilet. I used to believe in America. I used to believe in myself. But this whole world has gone to hell in just a short amount of time. There are riots going on, purges, even little babies getting killed. And for what? What has an innocent baby done to you? I can't believe I listened to the lies that America preaches. When I was in high school, I had a history teacher that is a good and intelligent man. He was a Christian man, and for the protection and safety for him and his family, I refused to give his name. His life is too important to the world, to the school I went to, and to me, because I want him to keep on teaching what he taught me in my class. He let us read out of the history books because that was his job, but he told us something. Something his professor taught him in college is that America is full of liars, and that half of the stuff you are reading in history books in school is full of lies. His professor was a history fanatic. And what my history teacher taught me is you need to be careful who you trust. The government, for one, is not one of them you can trust. You see, just like mankind, everyone lies, which makes the government no different. A lot of people believe, oh, since they are the government, you have to trust them. But why? Since you already know that everyone lies, then what makes you think the government wouldn't lie either? You see, it's just like this. You take a man, let's say his name is Bill, and everyone knows Bill is a liar. And you take another person, let's say Chris, and everyone trusts Chris. He always backs up what he says, and people find out for themselves that he is legit. Well, one day, Bill tries to tell everyone that Chris is cheating on his wife, and no one believes him because Bill has a history of lying. When one day, one of Chris's friends walks up to Chris, and he goes to drop off a plate that he had borrowed from him a week ago. When Chris's friend sees Chris with his own eyes kissing and laying on top of another woman that was not his wife. The moral to the story is, just because you think you could trust someone doesn't mean you could trust them when they are behind closed doors. The government is Chris, the one everybody thinks they can trust. And when it comes down to it, Chris was just as much of a liar as all of us are. Nobody's perfect, but I'm just trying to prove to everyone you can't always trust someone just because they may seem like they are speaking a lot of truth, because deep down inside, they are just as bad as me and you. I think everyone should follow their own path in life, and that the government is just an excuse of trying to control mankind. I wish I was a very important journalist or an extremely famous author that is world known, so I could speak all of this to everyone in the world, but I'm not. And of course, you could say that I'm a liar too. And I will admit I have lied before. But just stop and think and ask yourself, who do I really trust?